What's going on, guys, and welcome to the BetterEnd mod pack. We're already in here. There's tons of other stuff in this mod pack, but as you can see, the End Island has changed a lot. So we're gonna get right in. Alright, we got that one, guys. Whoa. I don't know if this is a generation error or what. Probably a generation error. But there is a crystal down here. Yep, get out of here, boy. Alright, free the end. Let's see what we got here. Same thing. Anything change here? This is the Lantern Woods, which I really like. This is one of my probably favorite biomes. Just the color scheme is so nice. And it's just like the first biome I showed. It's got the Lucerne wood and Lucerne bushes. But it's just a lush biome. I really like how it looks. It's red and nice and tons of trees, and these lanterns just make it beautiful. This is one of the biomes. This is the dry shrubland. Not much is here except plants. We have Rudiscus here. Forgive me, I don't know how to say these names. Which is just the soil, basically. Here we have Ludibus, Orango, Lucernia leaves, Lamellarium, and Aeternium. They don't really have any uses. They can be composted, but that's about it. This is the Lucernia, I think, yeah. Oh, I guess you could get saplings. And so you can bone meal these Lucernia trees, which give you Lucernia wood, which you can use to craft all of this Lucernia variations. Yes, we have stools, we have all that stuff, Lucernia chests, and you can get these Phallux. I have no clue how to say this stuff, guys. But anyways, you can use that to craft. You can use that to craft yourself a Phallux lantern. We're gonna call it a Phallux. And this is the Phallux lantern in all its glory. And this is all there is to see in the dry shrubland biome. This is the Crystal Mountains. I don't know if I've ever shown these yet. I don't know if I've shown these yet. Obviously, just more crystals. All that cool stuff. This is the Painted Mountains. It's just like a really big end mountain, and it's covered in flavolite and violicite, which is basically just another blackstone. This biome is the Amberland. It's an orange biome with tons of plants, these glowing plants. You also got these helix trees, which you can get, obviously, the helix wood. Make all these versions of this stuff. And obviously, since you can find amber ore here, you got these hanging plants. That's pretty much all there is to see in this biome. I wanted to show this biome of Amberland I found because the one I showed before was just like very small, and I think it looks a lot cooler like this. There's also amber ore, which you can just mine normally, and amber ore, it's gonna give you just amber, right? And then you can just craft that into an amber gem. And with this amber gem, you can use that to craft yourself an Eye of Ender with some of these Aurora crystal shards, which I will get to in a minute. There's also another type of ore called Ender ore. I have it right here. I'll get to that later, though, because that is really complicated. Okay, so every ore in the new End update works the same. You're gonna find this ore in the ground. You can find it in a lot of biomes. This is the Thallasium Ore. You can take it, smelt it in a regular furnace, and you're gonna get ingots. However, the thing is, you can't just go and craft yourself some armor. No, that's not how this works. You gotta walk over here. You wanna grab the smith hammer, which, by the way, the recipe is 4 iron ingots and 2 sticks, just like that. You wanna take this, put it in your Thallasium anvil, which you craft just like normal. And you can make yourself an axe head. And like a hoe head, and a pickaxe head, and a shovel head, and a sword blade. And yourself some armor plates. Now you're going to want to take these. Now with the armor plates, you can just craft the armor. Just like that. For some reason, the armor is bugged out for me. It doesn't actually give armor. Just, you can hit people with it. So I'm 90% sure that's a bug. Anyways, this axe head, you can take this. You can find a smithing template for your handle and a stick, right? So you're going to come over here. Chuck your smithing template in here. Your stick. And then your head. And then you can make yourself an axe. Or any tool you want. However, this is worse than iron. So that's a lot of trouble to go through. Here's the Eternal Portal. This is a structure found in the end dimension. Obviously, you can find it in the Barrens. You can find it pretty much anywhere. But you want to take your Eternal Crystals, and you're going to want to place them on each pedestal. Alright, to complete the portal, you're going to need to make ruined flavolite. To make that, you need Aurora crystal shards, which you get from the crystal biome, and then polished flavolite, which is kind of like polished granite. You just make it, and here's the flavolite. You can find it around, and you mine it, make it into this polished flavolite. You're going to have an infusion pedestal, which the infusion pedestal you can craft with 2 obsidian, 2 ender pearls, and an eye of ender. And you can put your you're gonna have 8 of any type of pedestal around it, 3 blocks straight, and then 2 blocks diagonally. And then you're gonna take your polished flavolite, and you're gonna put your Aurora crystal shards right here. It's going to shoot in the middle. And you're going to get ruined flavolite, which you'll get an achievement for as well. Now, to make the Eternal Crystals, you're going to want to find ender ore, which is another type of ore. You're going to mine it for shards. And then you're going to take your ender shards. Oops. You're going to place them diagonally. Take your crystal shards, place them in the 4 cardinal directions, then place your end crystal. After a couple seconds, they're going to fuse, and then in the middle, you'll get an eternal crystal, which you can use for the pedestals over on this portal, the portal ring. And then boom, you're gonna have your portal. This eternal portal is gonna take you to the overworlds. With the infusion pedestal, you can also create enchantment books. So you can walk up to your infusion pedestal, place your book, place enchanted petal, which is from one of the biomes, 2 chains, or I'm making 1 book right now, but you can place all these just like this, and you can craft an enchantment book. Alright, I lied. This has to be north. They have to be facing. But anyways, if you follow that recipe, you can craft yourself a nice enchantment book. So if you're not able to get, like, I made channeling here. So if you can't get channeling, and you just want to craft it with your infusion pedestal, that is perfectly fine. To make Terminite, you want to make an endstone smelter. To craft an endstone smelter, you want to take your furnaces, 2 furnaces, 4 Thallasium ingots, and 2 endstone bricks. You can make an endstone smelter. This smelter can hold 2 things. Now, it takes blocks of coal and other advanced fuels and lava buckets and stuff. But to make Thallasium, you want to take your Thallasium ingot, and ender dust, which is from... And you can get a Terminite ingot. Now you can take your Terminite ingot, get your other 7 Terminite ingots. You need a diamond smith hammer, and you have your Terminite anvil. Then you can obviously make your Terminite plates, which you can then put in your crafting table. Make Terminite armor. Now to make the next better armor, the Crystalite armor set, you're going to want to go over to your Infusion pedestal, take your Terminite chestplate, put it in the central. You need 4 Aurora crystals on 1 short. Put them in the diagonal pedestals. Amber gem has to go in the north pedestal, as you can see, facing north. And then it's going to combine with the Terminite. And you're going to get the Crystalite armor set. Now the Crystalite armor set has 6.4 armor, 0.96 armor toughness. And it gives you haste 1 permanently when you wear it. I think this armor set is actually better than diamond. I think it's just the armor bar is acting weird. Or it's got 13 bars there. But anyways, you get permanent speed, regeneration, and haste when you have this armor on. Now if you want a Crystalite Elytra, you're going to place your Elytra in the center, 3 enchanted membrane. You can place these diagonally, and then they're going to combine, and you can get a Crystalite Elytra. Now the good thing about this Elytra is that it's armored, so you're not losing all your chestplate armor when you wear this Elytra. However, I think my armor stats are bugged out in this mod for some reason, but I am certain that this armor set is better than diamond, and maybe this... But I think this gives 6 armor, the normal Elytra, because it's a 6.4 here, but it gives you 6.4 armor. And I think it just acts like a normal Elytra. And I forgot fireworks. Here's your ender ore. To make Aeternium, the better armor set in the game, you're going to want to take your Terminite ingot and your Netherite ingot and put it into an endstone smelter. Then that is going to make... Then you're going to get an Aeternium ingot. You're going to grab that, walk over here, grab your smithing hammer, then you're going to go into your anvil. By the way, this has to be a Netherite smith hammer. And you get a Netherite hammer upgrade template, diamond smith hammer, and a Netherite ingot. So you're going to walk in here, boom, boom, make your forged plate. Then you're going to want to grab your Terminite chestplate and Aeternium plating template. Boom, boom, boom. You got your Aeternium chestplate. For the tools, it's pretty much the same thing. Just make your head for your weapon. Grab a leather wrapped stick and a leather wrapped stick smithing template to make a leather wrapped stick. It is a stick and leather stripe, which is just made from leather. So you can walk in your smithing here, drop this in, drop this in. Wait, yeah, okay, and then you get your Aeternium tools. Now the Aeternium armor is better than the Crystalite armor, except the armor toughness is higher on the Crystalite armor, and you get the extra effects of the Crystalite armor. Sorry, I want to apologize, guys, because I recorded this whole video on a broken version. I looked for a while trying to find a ice Starfield. Those didn't even generate in the game I was playing. But this is a giant ice star. These are really cool. I like how they look. Oh, by the way, yep, skybox now. That is way cool. I wish I did the whole video with this. I am sorry. And the armors. The armors were fixed. These are the armors. These aren't doing damage. They actually have armor this time. This is still, I think, worse than iron. This one right here. This is... Hold on, let's go in survival. Terminite is almost equal to diamond. I don't know if the armor toughness is any different. This is Crystalite, which, by the way, gives you health boost as well, which I wasn't getting in my version. There is more armor than it says here, by the way. This also gives you health boost. Or maybe I'm just still getting that effect. I don't know. Armor to Elytra, though. Still full bars armor. These are really cool. I like these. Yeah, but look at that giant ice star, bro. Holy. Alright, this is the Foggy Mushroomland. This is one of the coolest biomes, in my opinion. Just the lighting, the ambience. Anyways, there's these big mushrooms, obviously. Or they're glow shrooms, rather. And you get these logs, which can make your woods. It's pretty cool. I love just the biome in general. It's just a nice blue color. Yeah, these are all the wood types you can make right here. Yeah, and there's these dragonflies. There's these dragonflies. This is the umbrella tree wood. I think it looks pretty good. It's basically the same, just darker. Door is different though. I really like how that looks. This is the Umbra Valley. It's pretty barren, you know. Here's actually the full stretch here. You can get Umbralith, which is just basically blackstone. And there's this Palladium, you know, as well as over here there is Flamelix. This is a better Umbra Valley I thought I'd show it to you guys because it's really cool, like this, way cooler than the other one. This is the Chorus Forest. It is home to these big Pythodendron trees, which you can get some nice purple wood out of. A lot of new wood colors in this update. And lots of trees, chorus plants. It looks really, really good. These are the blossoming spires. As you can see, there's these beautiful pink trees, which obviously you can get the wood for. They're called Tenenia wood. Nice pink color. I really like the doors and trap doors. I think those look good. But yeah, there's these big spires with blossoms on them, and they just look so good. Just look at all this. It is so nice here, and I love it. This is the Umbrella Jungle biome, which is home to these huge jelly shrooms, which are really, really cool, I do have to say. Tons of plants, tons of wildlife. There's obviously the jelly shrooms, which you can get wood from and make all of the wood types that you can want. This is the Jade Cave. You can find sandy jade stone and azure jade stone, which you can basically just use like stone. You can make all of your stuff. You can make a new smelter, the whole shebang. And you can do the same with the other one. You can find these endstone stalactites. This is the dragon graveyards. It's full of these mushrooms. The I'm not even gonna try to say that. But they're really cool. There's an obsidian pillars in them sometimes. I did check, but if you go underground, you can find these dragon bones, which you can make some stairs and slabs out of. As you can see, the dragon bones are also like in the side here, so they're visible. You don't even have to mine for them. This is an end village. You can find these basically anywhere, I think, but mostly in the Grasslands. There's chests here, obviously. They've got your smithing template, some eternal ruined flavolite. I really like this house. It's pretty cool. I like what they did with the design here. There's a barrel. There's Aeternium in here. Basically a full set right there. There's even like a broken end ship. No elytra. Nothing in the chest. I already checked. There is a dragon head though. But that's about it. So it's a pretty trash end ship. This is the glowing grasslands. Doesn't have much. Just these lumicorns. They're pretty cool though, I like them. Little lake here. This is the neon oasis. It's pretty cool. There's just some neon cactuses. You can make a neon cactus block out of them. That's pretty cool. There's some end moss here. It's obviously an oasis around a little body of water. And that's pretty much the neon oasis. This is the ice Starfield biome. As you can see, these huge ice stars are here. Ancient emerald ice. But yeah, these are pretty cool. Just a lot of ice stars. The Megalake Grove. It's really, really cool. It's got some nice plants and it's pretty beautiful. I like the Megalake and these trees are cool. The wood type looks like this. Basically looks like birch. And at the bottom of the lake there are these manger sponges. Manger sponges that you can dry out. And when you use one of these, place them down. Pretty much the same, I think. This is the Sulphur Springs. It's a pretty barren biome with these volcano / heat vents, and they're really cool to me though. It's brimstone, which changes color when it's next to water, I think. You get sulfur crystals. Yeah, there's these heat vents that push you upward. However, you can, I don't know how exactly you get down these in survival, but if you get all the way down them, you will find these sulfur caves. And it's really cool down here. There's all these plants. The tube worms, I don't know. But it's just really cool down here. It's a nice vibe. You can find these cubozoas, and they're pretty cool. And the heat vents will bring you back up real quick. You can just go back to the top. You could put a nice little base down there. That'd be a really cool place to make a base. Yeah, this biome would be really cool to make a base in. This is the shadow forest. I also really like the ambience on this one. I really like the atmosphere of the shadow forest. It looks really nice. There's these dragon trees. They're really cool. This is the dragon tree wood. I think it looks pretty cool. It's nice and purple. I like the chest. And this door looks really good. And the ambience is nice. And that's it for the dragon tree biome. The shadow forest.